you are going to need to use those Martian energies because, like I say, standing firm, breaking barriers, that sounds like a good warrior thing to do. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot and to the fantastically titled Martian Galactic Downloads. On the 12th and 13th of February, Mars will conjunct the Galactic Centre at 27 degrees Sagittarius. Now, this is something that happens every couple of years due to the combination of the orbit of Earth and Mars. Now, every time, according to the astrologers, this is what I've gathered, every time a planet crosses the galactic center, it gets recharged. It gets a transmission from the galactic center. It gets very, very slightly reprogrammed. So the way that Mars energy will be exhibiting itself in our life from here on in, well, for the next couple of years, will be very, very slightly different to the way it's been exhibiting itself in the last couple of years. Having said that, Mars is Mars is Mars. It's only a slight difference, but there is still that element of reprogramming or recharging. Now, this is a general reading, so general reading rules will apply, and you want to watch more than one. There's quite a bit of waffle on this bit, but you will find a timestamp in the description down below, just so that you can fast forward past all this bit once you've watched it once. You want to look at your sun, your moon, your rising, but most importantly, I would say you want to look at your placement of Mars, and you want to be aware not just what sign it's in and watch the reading for that one, but also be aware what house Mars is in for you, so that you can see what area of your life the Martian energies will be most exhibiting themselves. Now, I've said about the birth chart. I did the same similar readings for the Venus conjunct Galactic Center, or more to the point, Venus conjunct Jupiter conjunct Galactic Center. There's the Jupiter ones before Christmas, November time, wasn't it? These readings, in effect, from what I've just said, are still valid. So I will put the playlists up later. I will be using quite a lot of cards for this. I was instructed to use quite a lot of cards. Quantum Oracle, Numerology Guidance cards, Gateway Oracle, Enchanted Map, the Daemon Tarot, and for the main tarot decks, Tarot Illuminati, Spellcaster Tarot, and my main deck being the Thoth deck. Also, I'll be using the Oracle of Heaven and Hell from Bloodstone Studios, and if the Devil card comes up, I will clarify with my Demon Possessed Tarot, again from Bloodstone Studios. They are well worth checking out. So, if the reading means anything to you, please do subscribe down below. And like I say, get that birth chart. Click on the link, get the birth chart, have a read of it. It'll be useful for you. With no further ado, let me bring up the cards. Of course, it might help if I actually told you what the question is that I'm asking. So, the question is, how can we best utilize the galactic download, the reprogrammed Martian energies in our lives? How can we best take advantage of this? Back to your normal scheduled service. Okay, Sagittarius, by the look of these cards, you have fame and fortune coming your way. You have happy success. Interestingly, spiritual career. We have commitment of something that you are working really hard towards. The Oracle of Heaven and Hell has given fortune and fame. And here we have standing firm, breaking barriers, and cultivating prosperity. So, it appears that there is something that you are really, really, really looking for. Now, just going to have a look at this Behemoth card. Beware of considering natural instincts and actions in moderation as things to be scorned or mocked. Now, that's interesting because your final outcome card is the Devil. Some territorial feelings, hungers, and instincts are perfectly reasonable human reactions as long as we think before acting on them. So, there's something that you're already after. We have the lust card, the strength card, where something that you've already laid plans for, something that you are attempting to bring into manifestation, and that you are been having some luck. So this is a project that you're already working on. This is something that you're already trying to bring into being in your life. And this is where you are going to need to use those Martian energies because, like I say, standing firm, breaking barriers, that sounds like a good warrior thing to do. But, okay, are you trying to do it all on your own? The challenges that you have are all major arcana. It's the Hermit clarified by Strength and the Magician. So, I rather feel that there's something that you're being distracted by because the Strength card is the point of where someone's, not on this card, but sometimes there's removing a thorn from the lion's paw. But here, these two are very much a team. They're very much friends. But this is the challenge. Are you trying to do too much on your own, or are you not looking inside for your own inner light? Or what I got from earlier, and especially with what I just read from that Behemoth card, are you trying too hard to find your own inner light? Because you are heading for a spiritual career anyway, but remember that you have been incarnated in a human body for a reason. That reason is to experience life down here. So there's no point trying to, don't take this the wrong way, but be holier than thou. There's no point also so busy constantly searching for your own inner light that you can't see the forest for the trees, that you are neglecting the more physical side of life, because we were put down here to experience the physical side of life. We were incarnated down here to see what separateness is like. I mean, I know that you feel that things aren't coming round just yet, but you are being put in a position to look at things differently, look at your plans differently, because wisdom is coming through for this. This is why there's been some obstacles recently, but you don't have to do it all on your own. That's what those cards are telling me. And but you are going to be required to take a stand of some form. It's not that even that you are going to be required, it's that you are going to be given the opportunity to take a stand. And that's what I'm seeing, that it's an opportunity, because taking that opportunity to take a stand on whatever it is, I mean, nowadays, normally it's somebody going, no more. But it might be you going, we need this, or we're going to do this. End of story. Breaking some barriers in the process, breaking the barriers of achieving whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. Because you have the opportunity to level up, but you've got to take it, which I think you know because you're already starting, but you are making sure that you're protecting that which is near and dear to your heart. But you need to be creative, and you are going to have that abundance of creativity. So when you get a silly idea, this is what I'm getting with this creativity card, this Four of Pentacles here, and the Devil being in the final outcome. When you get a silly idea, don't just dismiss it out of hand. Oh, and Behemoth, of course. Don't just dismiss it out of hand. There might be more value in that silly idea than what you think, because you've had enough of being in a position of anxiety, in a position of trapping yourself, in a position of making adjustments for others. It's time you made adjustments for yourself. And part of that is recognizing that you don't have to do it all alone. And you can allow you can allow your body instinct to take over. You can allow your appetites to have an input on this. Because I believe that there was something where you've been told. No, I wouldn't be surprised if this was a campaign to change the law or something, because we've got King of Swords here. So it can be legal issues, as in fighting the law, going to court, trying to create a new law, especially with this standing firm and breaking barriers. And Ten of Pentacles, it's something that affects your home. But also with that Ten of Pentacles, you've got now the material base to take your ideas forward, whatever they may be. Okay, you know that the world is your oyster at the moment and you are being led. But I don't think you're listening to all of your guidance, because, again, not all of that guidance is the real high vibration angel stuff. Some of it is what your belly says. You know, this we've got the Four of Cups here, but it's almost like there's an element of I want this, but do I want the battle? Yes, Martian energy. Yes, you want the battle. You do want the battle, because it's not a fight. It is a we will not be moved. There is you have plenty of options on how you can achieve this, but it is time to move forward. This is a moving forward reading. Prince of Wands on the bottom of the deck with the Princess of Swords. Information is coming to you that will be really useful for you. I can't tell if I'm blurry or if it's my eyes. But you have Seven of Cups, plenty of options with which to work with, plenty of paths. And I want to say that you want to use more than one of them. And pay attention to some of the silly ideas, because you're worried that it's going to be, okay, Princess of Wands, Six of Pentacles. You're worried that you're putting yourself in debt. You're worried that you're not helping. You're worried that you'll need help with this. Yeah, you do need help with this. There's nothing wrong with that. You're taking a lot on board here. You don't want to do it all by yourself. Part of the, I think part of the astrology of the year is, whereas we've all been focusing on our own inner development and what teamwork is coming through on the stars more and more as we progress further into 2020 and towards 2024, I think, if I remember what the astrologers were saying in some very, very long lecture I was watching one time. But teamwork is an issue that's going to be coming forward. So you need to be creative. And I think you're going to be a leader in this, and you are rejecting that sense of nostalgia. You are looking for the new, but it's something that you're working towards, that you are making a commitment. You will have victory. What did Behemoth say again? It's gone completely out of my head. Yes, listen to your appetites, listen to your sense of humor, listen to your silly side, because I think you're actually going to get, certainly if this is like a campaign of some form, whether it's a political campaign, a campaign at work, or you're just trying to persuade somebody of something, have some fun with it. I really want to say have some fun. Be a comedy warrior. You know, I told Pisces to be an emotional warrior. Why don't you be a comedy warrior? Because you can move forward with this. Let's see. It is a grounded... You have a perfectly good dream. A perfectly good and realised dream to move forward with. In fact, that was Queen of Wands, but I'm sure I've seen a Queen of Cups somewhere around here. That's the problem with working with too many cards. But it will be grounded in the real world. And again, this King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles is all that. You know, he's got the money, he's got the resources, he's got the capability to deal with them, he can run them. But this King of Pentacles is also on a stone throne in the middle of the woods with partygoers around him. A satyr and a faun. A satyr and a... Not a faun. Dryad. Or some form of wood elf, wood sprite thing. But I always like to qualify the devil card. But this is really what it's telling me, that what you may be judging as your lower nature, especially if you're heading into a spiritual career, or doing this for a spiritual reason because you feel that it is the right thing to do. I mean, some people cross over their politics and spirituality. I would not criticize that. I think my politics is based on my spirituality and vice versa. No, not really vice versa. No, just the politics based on the spirituality. But so 3 cards popped over. Really good 3 cards to clarify this devil. The Empress. This is a good path to take. This is a abundant path to take. You will get results as long as you stand firm. As long as you where was that 10 of Swords? Oh, it's probably the one in my hand. We have the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, and we have 10 of Swords, an end to the torment. So where you're rejecting this domestic, nostalgic, how it's always been, and trying to move forward, yeah, you've hit roadblocks in the past, but the time will come soon enough for you to exercise your power and manifest what you're wanting to manifest. And you will, when you start manifesting, vroom, things really, really start taking off. Yes, you're being delayed at the moment, but that's just for you to learn that part of the lower side of nature has as much to say, to contribute, has some validity just as much as the higher, whether this is more intellectual side or whether it is indeed spiritual career and you are wanting to listen to angels and the ascended masters only. No, listen to the ghost down the street. Listen to the little demons that are around, because there's many different types of spirits, and we've been culturally told, oh my God, demons. No, there's nice things, and there's nasty things, and there's parasites, and there's beings that have just had a bad rep. You know, so you've got to use your discernment to go, right, which one are you then? You know, keep your guard up, keep your 4 of Pentacles in action, but give things a chance. Give things a chance. You can be getting wish fulfillment from them. So this, you saw me roll the dice at the end of the shuffle video, and we got Libra. So considering what the reading is saying, maybe you need to be working with the Libra. Maybe this will all kick in during Libra season or when Mars is in Libra, which is, I can't tell you, I haven't got a list of when Mars is where. But this is really, really positive. Take that stand, whatever it is, stand firm, because you are being given the opportunity to stand firm. You are being given the opportunity to step up and fight the bully or change things, or basically meet the challenge and go, oi, listen to me. This is how it is from this point on. So this is going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. This is one of those, a period of life where you're going to make good friends as long as you let them in. And you're going to be able to dine out on stories from this period for years. So Sagittarius, I hope that means something to you. Your next reading that will come up will be your new moon reading. But like I say, there's a period of time. I mean, this is the Martian energies for the next couple of years. So it could be in Libra season. It could be when Cancer's in Libra. When Mars is in Libra. But in terms of what I next release, your new moon one's next. But that also means, using that logic, the Venusian and Jupiter conjunct Galactic Center, Galactic downloads videos are still relevant. So, worse camera though, but they're still relevant. I'm going to leave, no, that way. I'm going to leave the playlists up at the end of the video. And if this means anything to you, please do comment down below, especially if it's a campaign, publicize it. And yes, subscribe. But what I meant to say in that introduction video was comment, not subscribe. But in the meantime, good luck with this. Have fun, loosen up a little, and listen to your silly side. Cheers.